Alright, back. Yeah, my hands aren't black anymore. Okay, normally I start from this side, but I got a lot of cutting to do over here, so I'm just going to rough this in a little bit right now. Figure out how I'm going to do all this. Bad angles. There we go. So we got our scribe line to go to. I'm not going all the way to the line, but I'm going next to it. So right now we got to, it's all low through here, and then it ramps up right here real quick up to the small size. So what you do is you cut this straight in, and then you come across on the inside, see in there, and you can blend that in. So there'll still be a little bit of an angle going in, but first we're going to go flat, get close to our line, then I'll blend it. You'll see a grind mark where it's have an angle going this direction, and then you can blend it from this side, and you watch your line when you're in that flat spot. You may hear it goes away, you know you're out your line, because you can't see this line when you're working on the inside. So you got to do it different ways. Plus you're trying to make a circle, so you can actually feel a circle pretty good with a grinder. Just getting a nice little smooth bit to start with. So you hold it at the angle you want to cut out. You want to cut that angle, do that angle, that angle, do that angle. It does what you want. Alright, so initial cut. You can see we're blending into the low spot way down in there. This one will go right into the wall. You can see the heavy cutting from here out. That just go until I touch. And you can see the marker right on, just above the mark right now. I'll come in there with a fine cutter, this one, and smooth it up here in a little bit. So that's that. So I'm going to go on this other side. We're going to work our way around the circle here. Try not to do damage, just remove metal. We're coming out pretty hot and heavy here, so that means you're going quick. It's just very easy to screw up. I always like working on two walls first, and you blend the bottom, then you can blend around the top. Makes it easier. So doing the worst first is always a good plan. Alright, so can't see quite as well at that angle. Oh, I never tightened the head up. The head was loose there. Alright, so we got a good angle I can work from here now. Right here where the low spot is. Device is moving. Not quite the size here, but close. Starting to dig in up under here where I don't want to dig in. Stay out of that area. So I'm working the cutter from this angle all the way to this angle. See how my grinder angle changes? See the tip stays about the same spot, but you move this side to side. But you're stroking it like this. Like that. Back and forth, a little bit in the middle. And you make it where this goes straight in. Still a bit low right there, but not too bad. So that's pretty close. I can come in that. But you can see how you work from multiple directions. But you got all these radiuses because it's funneling in at multiple angles. Because that funnel's, like I said, it's funneling this way. This one's way over here. That one's way high up over there. So you want to just go, you're not just making a nice straight circle. It ain't that simple. I make it look simple, but it ain't that simple. This is a really good spot too, how I'm doing it. Good access to a lot of the port. So while I'm in this spot, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my finer stone. It's going to blend in a little bit. All right. That's close enough. Doesn't need to be perfect. See, still got the line left. Knock the burr up so you can see the line. It's right there. You don't have to cut the line away. See a little bit of a flat spot right there. Don't need that. It's more important to be nice and straight and true than be exactly 100% full size. And see the low spot's still low. I hit on the other side of the low spot. Low spot's still the low spot. So that's where you stop. Okay, that's pretty good there. I'm going to go ahead and rotate it around again. Let's go back onto this side. A nice happy spot on that. And we're doing the same thing, but now we're on the other side. So this needs to be cut way up in here. Knock it out with the heavy stuff, so get the angle figured out. I just blend it with this one. You'll see the low spot. Icing up or something, maybe. Laboring there. All right. Once again, the marking is right there. Could just give a little whack right there. That's pretty smooth all the way in. So it's getting sized pretty good all the way around the whole thing now. Pretty close. That's enough, I think. Alright. Time for a move. Alright, let's see. I'll go around this way. So I can see a little more what the line is at. So basically just need to work the bottom of the port right now. Everything else is pretty well done. We don't really want to be cutting too much on the short side in there. I usually work it a little bit, but not too much. An angle like over here maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah. There we go, that's better. Yep, bad angle to look at. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit off the top here, but not much. I get a lot of grief when I do that kind of stuff. So right now it's got a pretty big hump, and I got a big flat spot on the back side. It's hard to make the angle. So it comes up like that, and it's got a blunt edge on the other side. I like to knock the hump down a little bit, make it smoother, and I just come to a sharper edge up in here and end it. There's a lot of theories about this stuff, because I'm blending it from the bottom here, so I'm changing the angle a little bit. So basically I'm rotating the radius from here down to about here, which means you got to cut that area off there when you do that. I don't know if you notice that when you move your hand. So it winds up you cut that high spot off. The radius is not quite this big, but it's a false radius because the other side is sharp drop off. So. The last time I videoed that, I got a lot of grief for doing that. Oh well, too bad. I'm not going to cut to the line either. Just close. Okay, so I've roughed that in straight, more or less for now. So we cut it down here, and we cut it up in here where you say you're not supposed to. I didn't change over here. I'm not going to change over there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to radius this, make up a new radius. So I'll cut off this sharp edge right here and blend it to this new angle here, which is now a little bit lower than the old angle was. So we're picking up flow from this angle coming up now. Instead of coming in straight like that, we're coming from below. So we're changing the angles a little bit. And then over here in the transition, I'm trying to make this a nice long radius here. Right now we're jumping up, skipping, losing, so this needs to be cut out here, a little bit more right in here yet too. I'll have to do the other side too, but I got to go in the other direction. This way you get a good view. Over here you don't have a good view of it. So you can feel the high spot right there when you're doing this. So all these little transitions is what you're working on. These are all very delicate areas. Your short side radius is always the delicate place to be at, which means it's easy to screw up and lose a lot of flow. This is exactly what they say I'm doing. I say screw it. I like what I'm doing. Radius and top over. Feels nice. now we cut this area right here, so now you get a nice radius all the way across like that. You get a nice radius going this direction. We got a nice radius going over the top, blend into our top edge over here, pretty nice, and a nice radius. I haven't done this side over here yet. So that's all the stuff you're looking to do. Now we still got work to do from the other side of the port, but for now it looks pretty good. Maybe just a little bit, just right there, just a tick more. Yeah. Make it feel better. I'm going to use my real fine bit for that. Use this one. There you go. Literally 5 thou off a high spot. It really makes a difference. 10 is huge. Alright, looks good. I'm going to rotate over this other side now, so I can finish up that corner. It needs to be over here on this side of the vise. You want to put things where you can get access to them. So obviously we have good access to what we're doing here. So you can see how the factory radius is right there. We're going to blend that to this a little bit. This looks pretty decent already through here. And we're pretty good through here already. So we'll just lightly kiss it. Smooth it up a little bit. Call it done. See, I haven't done any pouring from the other side yet, so it's hard to blend it all the way across. Normally I do the other side first. I have most work to do on this, so it's worst first, like I always said. Okay, so now I got a nice, decent transition across there. Doing a lot of grinding right here. So there's no work on this side over here yet, so that'll be next. And I got this board blends in halfway decent. Alright, yeah, it's a little rough through here. I'm going to hit that just real quick right there too. You get different angle looking at stuff. You see stuff you don't like. This is extremely minor stuff. But I'm picky. Okay, so just like we did the exhaust down here, we're going to blend this in here. And just blend this here. You can see how big this is already through here? That's big. You don't need to be doing anything over there. You can see where the other work was done over here. See, that's the low spot from that side. So this is plenty big through here. We're just going to do light blend to that to that. Most of the work's going to be right here in this triangle area. Over here, got a very small edge to knock down there, and this is big all through here. So we don't have much work to do on this side of the port. So I did all the work on the other side first. But I could have started on this side too, just as easy. Doesn't really matter. Finishing bit out here. Ooh, there's a chip on my finger right there. Getting me. Basically, I'm just making a nice bowl. Alright, well, I know it's off, but I'm in for now. So I knocked it out pretty good. It's got a decent feel to it, but I know it's uneven. Okay, now I'm going to come in with this cutter here. Use the valve seat as our circle indicator. And I'm going to come across here in both directions and see how well high spots are on what I just cut. It'll show up pretty quickly with that cutter. So we're using the valve seat as our stop for the circle. Or template, whatever you want to call it. So I come through here like this. That made a big difference real quick. You can hear it when it's cut in different areas. So you can see where I cut a lot of metal right here. See the color change? You can see I was digging it over here. I was cutting through here quite a bit on this edge. Over here a little bit. Not too much in this area, but a little bit. So now it's a lot more rounded feeling. Now I'm going to come back and blend that in with another cutter and try to make it more even yet. This one you gotta be careful of, because it likes to make holes. But it's small enough to get up where here I need to be. Light pressure, a lot of movement. I'm not trying to move metal out, I'm trying to blend. Go back to this one again. higher where I can't see right now. Alright, that's it for this angle. You see how it looks pretty smooth and even. Finger goes in there real nice. A little bit bling there. So I got to flip around, get up in this area up under here. So first I got to do the underside, and I'll come back and do these two corners, and that should finish it. So I got a lot of work to do here, so it's a little bit quicker. Alright, do this here. Do this from this side over here. Angles are a little off, but oh well, figure it out. Back on this side again. Going from one side to the other side. Maybe not light. Use the valve seat as our template again. Take our doll cutter and blend what's there. So we're not trying to make a big radius there, we're just trying to knock off the sharp edge. So you got a straight section here which straightens the airflow out before you hit the valve seat. You want to have that. And then we just got the sharp edge is dulled out. Because coming from this angle, we're coming up an angle like this. At that angle, then we got to go over the top and down. So ideally you want the port to come in from instead of being an angle like this, you want to be coming up an angle like that, like a jet bike would be. But we don't have that, so make do. Okay, now we're going to turn the head the other way. Get in there. So now I just got the two sides here to do. So that one's on that side, this one, that one's over there. Where's this one at? They're both on that side. Back over here again. Okay, so now we gotta go in here and work this out right through here. Move the light out, you might see better. So I got a little bit of blending right here, looks pretty good. Just knock off some high spots. I got a sharp edge right here. I want to try to dull slightly, but see there's not a lot of material to work with, so we're just basic dulling. We're not really going to remove that and make a radius there. If we get down here, we can radius it. It's pretty even right now, just a very, very light amount right here. Here we can't do that, we got to just dull the edge. So when you run out of port, you run out of port. Got to work with what you got to work with. Okay. Right there so I can see. Feels good. Blending the radius to the sharp edge blending. Try to cheat that up as much as we can. And then we dull it. like you're doing a lot, but this thing's so dull. It doesn't do anything, see? More of a polishing. See how he jolled it in right there? And I radiused it in right here. Ah. Come on. Tripod's fighting me. I'll give you my sweater. Okay. So we blended pretty good the other one. This side, and I gotta finish it on this side. Okay, this one here. This is all uncut area through here, so there's not a lot I can do. We're pretty much done, but I'm just gonna, there's a very little small transitional difference there, but not much. To get the light out of there, you can kind of see it, different color between here and the dull stuff on the back side. That's all I'm doing. The short side up under here is blunted, so it's good. So there's even left to do on, less on this side to do than the other side. Okay. I don't know if this will even do anything. Yeah, a little bit. That's it for that. Good. All right, that's it. So blend it out there. Can't do much up there, so it is what it is. All right, that's it for that. So I'm going to work on the surface up over here. We can finish it. All right, let me get this cleaned up. I'll be right back.